Damascus in Syria, taking off from runway 23 left, repeating this morning's flight. We did it about dawn. It's now 7:32, coming up 7:33 AM right now. So let's take the wheel brake off, get out onto runway 23, and see if we can fly the route. It's only about 50 odd miles, not terribly far. Look for a road intersection, then the Presidential Palace, which we now know is on the first of two hills on the left. Halfway up that, about 8 miles up from the intersection, and then large cloverleaf intersection, which should be pretty easy to spot in the daytime, because there's not too many buildings around it. Okay, here we go, 23 left, lined up, brakes on. We've got quite a bit of headwind, which is okay, helps us take off. Full throttle, brakes off. 60 knots, 70, 80, right stick to counter the crosswind, rotating at 100, and we're up. Flaps up. And of course that radio chat is reminding me I did not... Yeah, what she said. Correct, I did not get permission to take off. But I'll continue with the flight now. Okay, so I guess she'll just ignore me. Turning right to her. I think I'm going to change the radio channel because there's a lot of chatter. That's better. So that road you can see with the trees there is pretty much along our flight plan. So if you could, in a smaller aircraft, you could turn tighter and straight onto that road. And we're going to follow that to the west. We're at about a little bit high at 2600. That's okay, but it's, I think it was 1300 on the runway, so 2300 to 2800 is a good altitude. Get a good view of the road there. Let's get a picture of that. Nice. Okay. Now let me pull the come left a bit. Well, I head exactly west actually, and I'll slow down a bit and pull the map up and see what the map tells us. It tells us we have to zoom it out a bit to see what we're doing. And for some reason, yep, I was going to say it is showing waypoint 1, it's just not showing like a magenta line towards us. It probably thinks we're at the third waypoint, but we can see waypoint 1 a little bit to the left, so let's turn left. So pressing V on the keyboard brings that up for those want to see where they're going, which is a good idea. Right, 250 knots. Here's Damascus off to the right. Now we're about halfway to this first turn point. I'm going to come left a little bit to bring us slightly south of that waypoint 1, so as we turn right we can look out the right window and see the intersection. So that should do the trick. Is there another airport over there? I'm not sure. I don't think so. No, just it could be could have been a dirt strip. Right, taking our time. About 250 knots. About 3 or 4 miles out. 4 miles exactly. So somewhere on that road we can just start to see. Let's climb a bit. That helps actually. Check the map. Yeah, this is good. We should see the turn point out the right side by the time we get to it, about 2.5 miles. That worked out pretty well, this flight pattern. It keeps us just inside rising terrain. To the left and on our left as we turn up that away. Okay, so let's the peak out to the right. And we see this intersection. It's going to be in the middle of this town, so that's a pretty good indicator. Let's get the right wing camera onto that. There's somewhere here. And can we see it? Yeah, right here. Centre screen. Boom. Boom. Sound effect. Doesn't mean anything. Right. And up we go to the waypoint 2, Presidential Palace. Let's pull the map up. Oh, it's worked out where we are now. So it's activated the next leg. Good drill. Well done. Sitting on 250 knots. Lots of rising terrain to the left. So now I think we'll find that large hill straight ahead, slightly left of centre, is the hill after the presidential compound. That's the hill just before that other airport, as we noted this morning. Check the map. Yep, a couple of miles out. 3 miles exactly. Let's lean over to the left a little bit. Try and get the camera onto it. There we go. Yeah, so it's this first hill. It's about half the size of the second one. But it's got the larger building on it. So coming up, lots of hills here actually. And there it is. That's a good picture. Excellent. Righto. Then, avoid this hill if possible. Continue to the north. Check the map. Very good. So, pretty much where that very tall hill is, I think, on the left, we're going to see that our intersection's on the right. Looks about the right distance. It's about 10 miles, I think. Yeah, about 8 miles from here. I reckon that's going to be next to that large hill, which I didn't notice this morning. Which is also a good reason not to fly in hilly terrain at night time, because you often cannot see them. This is very nice looking terrain on the left. Very cool. Nice. Okay, we're 6 miles from our turn point. Look to the right, can we look to the right? No, we've got the camera facing the other way. We'll get a shot there. Nice profile picture. Very nice. Okay, we're about 3 miles out now, so let's get to the left a little bit. So as we turn right, will overfly our turn point. Check the map. Yep, that triangle, we're almost there. So that's it. And I was pretty right. So this large hill on the left tells us where it is. It's really the biggest hill in the whole range. And it should be right here. It's got to be this intersection, I'd say. Yep, there it is. Rather large. That's the one. Cloverleaf, some trees along the south side of it. Cool. Right, I'll put those pictures in the gallery so we've got a good sight picture of the turn points. First one's probably the hardest one to spot, I would say. But it is in the middle of the town. So that's not too bad. Now, I should be turning much more to the right instead of just gas bagging. Let's check out that. Yep. Much harder right turn. Let's get pointed back towards the airport. There we go. And there's Damascus to the right. Awesome. Or should I say Excalibur. I've said awesome too many times. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious for those who remember Julie Andrews in Sound of Music. Or was that Mary Poppins? I forget. So pretty much we've got a plane here and we're just going to fly. Well, the flight plan takes us, yep, along the edge of the plane past those mountains. It's pretty cruisy. Pretty hard to get lost. Although famous last words. Now, where's our airport? A little bit more to the left. Okay, now we're pointed towards the airport. See, it's just appearing, I think, in front of us. So let's give them a call. Damascus, that's it.
Tower MiG-007, 4 miles, good 3,300 feet to land. MiG-007 tower. Altimeter 29.77, wind 216 at 27. Fly left, base runway 23 left.
2323.
MiG-007, wind 216 at 27. Clear to land, runway
So this is 23 right. So it's the far runway, one we took off from. Just acknowledge that. Mike India Golf 1.
Clear to land, runway 23 left, MiG-007.
So that's 23 left. Good shot of that. Nice. Now, it's got to be a military airbase. You can see the revetments out there for scramble. Fighters would be parked in there and they can be on the runway in seconds. That's pretty cool. So let's make sure nobody's flying past and we'll go and fly downwind. Nice. So about 3,000 feet gets us a good pattern altitude. 3,000 feet above sea level, which puts us about 1,000 feet above the runway. Flying quite slow today too. Oh, what's that? I don't know, but it's interesting. So I think we'll turn to fighter when we get past this town. Maybe a bit further actually. Yeah, I usually like to lose sight of the runway before I turn to final and just think. get a bit hectic. How's it going? Or has he already cleared us? Okay, must have already cleared us while I was chatting. Okay, returning to final. Gears coming down. Flaps down. Throttle back, we're doing 187 knots. Gear is travelling. And 3 greens down. Excellent. 163 knots. Got 6 degrees down. Actually, I've just revised my main flight instruments and I'm very happy with them. I'll make a video about that later. 143 knots, I won't pop the speed brake. We're dropping about 10 knots every couple of seconds. It's 131. I reckon it'll be 121 at the threshold. And I wasn't quite right. We're actually going to be 113. So add power, sinking, flare, touchdown at 103. Very happy with that. And try to use some aerodynamic braking because the manual recommends. Well, that seems to float forever when you do that. See, it's on the back wheels only. It's still nose is coming down at 76 knots. How far? I guess it saves wear and tear on the brakes though. I'm going to do a hard turn back to that one. I'm just going to make it past these blue lights. Yeah, fine. Copy that. Mike India Golf 1.
Going to 121.9 or Vic 007.
Supercalifragilistic.